What's up guys, JNO here, and today FPL Game Week 34 preview. I'm literally about to go to work, so this might seem a bit rushed, but work changed the shifts on me, so unfortunately now I have less time to do this than I thought. I thought I'd be coming home at 3:30 today and do it and get it uploaded for like 8. Now I've got to rush it before I go to work, and who knows when it'll be uploaded, hopefully Friday night, definitely Saturday morning. But let's get into the show. And it's good to be back doing 2 shows in 1 week. What's up guys, JNO here, and welcome to JNO United. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and remember, it's all about the game. So guys, you can see my team right here. We are going with Mignolet in goal, double game week player, Alderweireld and Hoof, not double game weeks but Leicester, and Tottenham Hotspurs have both been doing well this season. Cresswell with a double game week, Leicester and Watford, hopefully gets a clean sheet somewhere in those. Sigurdsson, Barkley, double game week player, Dele Alli, Özil, double game week player, Lukaku, Kane and Aguero. Lukaku and Aguero both having double game weeks. So I've got a good number of players with double game weeks. I could use the bench boost, but we'll see. I could captain someone. I still haven't made my mind up. It's so difficult not having the wild card to plan for these double game weeks. I'm kind of wanting to keep my triple captain as a last ditch attempt to climb up the rankings in game week 37 or 38. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet, but most likely Sanchez will be my transferred player in. Who for? Again, I'm not too sure. I just have a feeling Sanchez is going to have a good double game week. As far as captains goes, it's probably going to be Sanchez as well. It's Özil at the moment and Aguero's vice captain just because of the Chelsea game. But sometimes in big games Aguero does show up, so much of this could change. But didn't have as much time to plan this as I thought. So that is the team for now. Sanchez most likely coming in. But we will get onto that at the end of this episode, who I think we should be looking at as our captain choices. And just before we move on, I'm going to have a quick look at my Challenge the Pundits team. I write a weekly article for FPL updates on Challenge the Pundits Premier Punt Game Week game, where you pick players just for that game week and hope that you get more points than everyone else and win some money. Now, I'm going with Robles in goal, cheap, reliable. Well, at least it was reliable last game week compared to Lukaku and Barkley. Then we've got Bellerin, Smalling and Dawson. I think that defence could get me some big points. Iwobi, Coutinho, Lingard and Sigurdsson, with Sanchez, Aguero and Carroll up front. Now in Premier Punt, you don't actually have double game weeks, so this is just the first 10 fixtures. Hopefully that team will win me some cash money. I'll leave a link in the description to the article where I write for FPL updates, also with a link to their YouTube channel, and definitely go check them out. People I've been working with for a while now in the second half of this season. Great bunch of guys, great content on there. I'd say basically a must for any Fantasy Premier League fans. The fixture list is absolutely packed, but the fixtures that stand out are Norwich versus Sunderland. Both teams need the win, so there could be points to pick up there, even though other people aren't looking. We have Man United versus Aston Villa. Anyone against Aston Villa seems like points at the moment. Big game in Chelsea versus Man City, could be a lot of goals, could be a very tight fixture, so there's points to be picked up there. Liverpool travel to Bournemouth. Bournemouth now seems safe, and they don't seem like they're fighting as much as they were till they got safe, so you could get some points from Liverpool, who are buoyed by the fact that they beat Dortmund 4-3. What a game that was. Leicester West Ham, a massive game. West Ham chasing that Champions League place, Leicester trying to win the league. Massive fixture there. Who would have thought at the end of this season we'd be looking at a Leicester West Ham game, meaning so much for top of the table rankings. Arsenal versus Palace. Palace haven't been that good lately, so I'm expecting Arsenal to get some goals in this fixture. Stoke versus Spurs. I think Stoke aren't too bothered now, whereas Spurs of course chasing Leicester, so points to be picked up there. Then we have the double game week fixtures. Man City going to Newcastle. Newcastle need the wins, but Man City need the wins just as much for their aspirations. Fancying West Ham against Watford, to be fair. Liverpool versus Everton, massive derby game there. That can always bring up a lot of points. Man United get Crystal Palace. What an easy double game week for them. I'm just not sure who you pick. Maybe Rashford after his performance against West Ham, but I just can't pick a player out of that lineup that I'm confident will get the points. And then we have Arsenal versus West Brom, so Arsenal also have quite an easy double game week. So if we actually have a look at who I'm going to be putting into my team from double game weeks, the teams I'm looking at are Arsenal and Liverpool. I've got a Man City player. I don't think I can afford De Bruyne, and I'm not sure where else the points will come from. So Aguero is my Man City player. I'm looking at Arsenal and Liverpool as my two choices for double game week transfers in. I've only got one transfer though, so it's going to be between the likes of Sanchez. Maybe Iwobi would be a good choice, and that means I can bring in someone expensive for next week. Next week you may be able to pick up a lot of points on your rivals purely because some people may have put too many double game week players that then blank in their side. But to be honest, apart from Iwobi and Özil and Sanchez, I'd only really look at the Arsenal defence. Maybe Bellerin and Koscielny can get you some points. Then if we have a look at the Liverpool side, after their game against Dortmund, I'm not sure investing in Liverpool defence is the wisest thing. I know I've got Mignolet in goal. I was hoping they'd be a lot more defensively solid going into this double game week, but I can't ignore the fact he's got two fixtures. So Mignolet is in goal for me, but I'm not sure a Liverpool defender or goalkeeper is a good choice going into this double game week. Coutinho seems to be consistently getting points at the moment, but if you listen to me on the FPL Updates podcast, you know me and Liverpool players just do not get along for some reason. So maybe go with Firmino. He didn't actually play, as far as I'm aware, in the game against Dortmund, so maybe he will do well having rested during the week. And then you've got a plethora of choices as far as strikers go between Sturridge and Origi. Both have been on form recently. Sturridge did play well against Dortmund. Origi has just been on fire recently. I'm probably going to go with Sanchez though, just I have more luck with Arsenal players generally. So we shall see. Maybe I'll take a points hit. I doubt it very much though. That didn't go too well for me at the start of the season. But I'm not going to lie, I am nervous going into this double game week. I know a lot of people have 15 double game week players, and I'm going to have maybe 6 or 7. So fingers crossed the Tottenham and Leicester players come through for me. Now if you're wondering who I would have gone with, I did this very quickly this morning, but if I had a wild card, this may have been my double game week team purely for game week 34. I'm looking at De Gea as far as the best goalkeeping choice going into this double game week. I think De Gea is probably the best goalkeeper in the Premier League at the moment. Then I'd have gone with Bellerin, Moreno and Smalling. You can ignore Ruddy, Target and Yoshida, they're just there budget reasons. Sanchez and Iwobi would have been my Arsenal midfielders, with Coutinho, De Bruyne and Barkley. Barkley may be missing out purely because of that injury worry. Aguero, Lukaku and then Andy Carroll, because I have a feeling Andy Carroll could get some goals this game week. Those would have been my players to pick if I was wildcarding, but I'm not, so we can dream on. But I just want to bring your attention to game week 35. There are teams that blank. If you see, there is only 7 fixtures, so that's 6 teams blanking. Hopefully you haven't put too many of them in your side. If you've used your wild card, you can change that. So make sure you've got a team that can play next game week and not lose you points, because there's no point in gaining all those double game week points and then just losing them in game week 35 when you have a lot of players blanking. This will probably be my team for game week 35. I may transfer in a player and change it up a little bit, but I have Forster, Janmaat, Alderweireld, Huth, Williams, Sigurdsson, Mahrez, Ali, Özil, Kane and Aguero all have games next game week in game week 35. Lukaku, Cresswell and Barkley are the players that blank. Liverpool actually have a game as well, so I'm looking good for game week 35, which comes straight after game week 34 double game week. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure actually being able to do 2 episodes of FPL review and preview this game week. Hopefully nothing goes wrong, fingers crossed, and I actually get this out on time. I've been JNO, you've been awesome, and remember, it's all about the game.